Hello, CM202ers, digital toolers. Yeah, I'm home sick today with my daughter. She is sleeping, and I'm gonna go back to bed in a bit. Hopefully, recover quickly. Um, I just want to go over a couple things real quick. First of all, for Thursday, there's not a Dropbox. I know that a couple of the Moodle alerts say that there's like a Module 3 um, assignment due this week, and I'm still searching through. I think that that's like an old assignment that maybe um, I deleted, and it thinks that it didn't get deleted. But anyway, for this week, the only assignment is to show up on Thursday. I'm gonna go around with my laptop and ask each of you to show me your site and just see that you have the about and contact page and a couple of portfolio pages on your menu, just to make sure that you are prepared for the critique and you're moving along. And I'm just going to press a button in my rubric on my laptop that gives you credit for doing that. That'll be part of your Module 3 grade. Um, and then we'll have a time for a few people to come up. Since not everyone can critique, I'll kind of add that as extra credit to the assignment for people willing to come up and show your and actually be critiqued. Um, and then next a week from today, before class, is when the sites are actually due. Um, so I just want to show you a couple things. First of all, a reminder that you have to set up your menu. Um, so you have to come down here and define, like right now I have a menu here, and tell it which pages that you want to be on the menu. So right now I could tell it that I could click in here, I want contact, and maybe I'll change this to the about page and add it to my menu. Um, excuse me. So just make sure you set that up. Remember that you can always go back and forth between up here on the top left-hand corner and see what your site looks like. Wait, I think I forgot to save my menu. Yeah, I forgot to hit save there. So right now it just has two things on my menu. Um, let's go back to my dashboard. Um, so I just want to show you a couple things that I only briefly showed. A student emailed me and asked about how you saw that on the sidebar of my theme. I had so some themes have sidebars. Lots of content have sidebars with lots of content. Some have lots of content in the footer. And if you want to start changing those up, those are there are more items associated with that are due when you do your final version of your site that we're going to start working before Thanksgiving and finish it up as the final project. But if you go to Appearance and Widgets, depending on what your theme has, you should see how it's set up here. So if your theme has a big sidebar, then you would see it here. So these things here, if I don't really want search in there, I can just click and drag it out of there, and now it would go away. And you can add more widgets. We're not going to cover how to add more widgets here. Like I could add a couple social media widgets and maybe some photo gallery widgets. And widget just stands for a little app that enables something to happen. I know it's kind of a vague explanation. But let's say, and with posts, you don't really need that in there. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, at this point, I haven't really planned out my site too much, but basically drag them out. And if there's a gallery that I want to set up and put in there, then I just come there and put it in there. And here in this gallery widget that's already available, I could just give it a title, and here is the interface for adding images, and basically those images would show up there on that sidebar. And then I think it has just one bottom, so I could add some custom HTML, which basically means just I could add some text for, let me come up there to my sidebar, and maybe add a copyright statement. That so that would be just basically a little bit of text at the bottom, or I could add something else. So anyway, widgets is where you operate that. For one thing I did ask you to do was I asked you to set up a your contact page. So at this point, I could come into my contact. It doesn't necessarily have to say contact. I've just set it up as contact me, and I can get it, edit it. One thing I wanted to note was, and I asked you to do this for your online day last Thursday, is I just want to let you know that you can set up columns in order to, like a column block that allows you to put images like side by side. So if I had a column block that had 3 columns, then I could put side by side, let's say 3 of my monograms, and then I could add another column block under that and put 3 more monograms side by side. So that is a better way than just having a block that has one image and then maybe a text block above it describing it, and then another one under it with another image, which is very simplistic layout. So I just wanted to take note of that. So you can also, oops, wait, let's go back to my contact me. You can also add a form block, okay? And this is how you would add the email form. But at this point, WP Forms is the Bluehost kind of version of pre-set up, a little kind of internal app for creating forms. And if you can see here, well, I've added that block, but there's no options here. And even when I come over to the block options on the right-hand side, there's nothing there. So I'm going to delete that and then come back to my dashboard. Oh, oops. Let me just see if, so notice here that my my little bottom text came in there. Let me get back. So up here where it says WP Forms, it's right between comments and appearance, is where I can go and let me just click on it so you can see what it looks like. And right now, so I could add a number of different type of forms. I could like add a form that's like for gathering surveys from people, or maybe gathering rather than an email sent to me, like an email list. If I wanted to get a bunch of email addresses for people to email a newsletter or something. So I'm going to come in here right now. There's nothing. So there's a couple different ways I could do add new. I could do add new, and I'll just do it up here. And a simple contact form is one of the options. So I'm going to click that. Okay, it already looks good to me, right? I'm gonna hit. I mean, you can change it up. There's all these options here for getting more content. I'm gonna hit save. Okay, X out of it. Okay, and so now you see we have this option here of simple contact form is right now the only form that's set up. So I'm going to go back to pages and go back to contact me, and I'm going to go add a WP Forms block, and okay, there it is. So simple contact form is now the only option. All right, and bam, there it is. I already added this text block above and a title block. So right now it's 3 blocks: contact or title block, text block, and then this block here. I'm going to hit update. Alright, is that good? Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my menus. I forgot to save it before. And I'm going to add contact me to the menu. And this time, I might, I'm going to get rid of sample. Get rid of these. That's how you create a child menu. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. Remove. Okay, so right now I should just have two things. But you always have to remember with most of these features, there's some kind of save aspect. So before I go and look at my site, I want to save that. I'm going to go back to visit my site. All right, now I have two things here. Let me get a contact me, and there we go. Here's the form. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Oh, there's the footer, copyright footer. So there you go. It's pretty simple. One thing I wanted to note, I had a couple people who were had problems logging in to their sites. So just make sure you're logging into the right thing. So up here at the top, I'm going to highlight it. So all of your URLs start with lumcom.net. And my username that I put in there was Dr. Lily. And then if you want to just see what your site looks like, you just go to straight to it. So your username slash, and then that's it. However, if you for logging in, it's always WP-admin. So if I forget and I accidentally forget my username and I go right to lumcom.net/WP-admin, then I'm going to get this login that's for the site itself. Like we haven't even set up a site at lumcom.net yet. We're going to actually, our senior capstone in digital media is going to create a site that's going to feature a lot of the work from different capstones. They're going to do that next spring. So at that point, there'll be an actual site here at lumcom.net. But if I tried to log in with my credentials for my site at /Dr. Lily, then they're not going to work here, okay? Because I'm logging into WordPress for this other site. So it's only going to work if I tried to log into Dr. Lily /WP-admin/, and right now I'm already logged in, so it's not going to give me the prompt. So if you're having problems logging in, just make sure almost 99% the problem is going to be this URL that you're starting with. Since most of you set up your login as your username, loyal username and password, which I assume, hopefully, all of you know that by heart. Okay, so that's all I'm going to cover for now. For Thursday, oh, one more thing. Just someone was asking me how do you get content on your on the home page, like on the landing page, and most of that comes through. If you go to Appearance and go to Customize, most of the themes have this little kind of customization menu here. Not some of them will look different. So I could change some of the the background colors, and I could tell it that I do want a header icon or a background menu, things like that. So under Home Page Settings is where I can tell it, oh, okay, I don't want my latest post. Remember, we're not using posts. I can say I want a static page, and let's say, and really ideally, here, let's go back. I'm gonna X out of that. If your theme is set up like that, what you should do is you come to Pages, oops, and I'm gonna rename this sample page. Well, it might be, there's too much stuff on here. I'm just going to go to Add New. and this is just a placeholder for me to remember. So I've named it home. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to go back to pages. Oops. Should publish. Sometimes, yeah, my keyboard's a little sticky, so sometimes I hit something. But all these features, for the most part, you need to make sure that you save. Okay, so here I have a home page now. Um, so when I come back, I'm going to go in here and edit, and I'm going to put all the stuff that I want to appear on my main landing page or home page here. So maybe kind of an important image to me, and maybe a brief description of what my site is. We'll go over when we get to the second half of working on these sites, kind of different ideas for what to put on your main page. But anyway, so I'm going to come back here to Appearance, Customize, and now that I've set up the site or that page, I'm going to go to Home Page Settings. I'm going to say I want it to be a static page. I want it to be my home page. And I'm not going to include anything for my post page. And I'm going to hit publish. Okay, so you see here it's already giving me a preview. Remember I typed in that. So this just reminds me that when I'm going through a preview, oh yeah, I forgot that I haven't really put anything on my home page yet. Okay, and then I hit publish. Okay, so that's a couple of people emailed me and asked me that. So pretty much all themes should have something like this. They might look a little bit different for the customization menu, but on all the themes somewhere there should be something to say homepage settings, where it allows you to say this is the page that I want, where I want the content to come from. That is going to be on my main landing page. So that's it for now. Just make sure on Thursday you come to class and you're prepared to show me that you have progress made. And hopefully some of you who've had have taken advantage of your time, and if you're almost done with and feel like you're ready to have it looked at and critiqued, and you'll be willing to step up and have it critiqued. And the good thing about critique, other than getting some extra credit for it, is that you're able to get my input and other people's input on how to improve it. And that's the whole idea, is to kind of get some a different person's kind of feedback. And it's not always easy to critique your own work, so that over the weekend you can take your site to the next level and make sure it looks really good for the Module 3 grading. So I'll see you then. See you on Thursday.